Hello my friends and welcome back to Italy, a place to love YouTube channel. Alright, so today I decided to start making a new type of video, and these videos are made with my phone. Okay, I'm recording with the camera, and so basically I'm going to read some comments that I find it on some Facebook groups. Okay, basically these are groups where there are expats relocating to Italy, and they are sharing their concerns, their complaints, their complaints, their happiness, and so on. So basically I thought it's a kind of interesting type of video that I could make, where I'm gonna read these posts. I'm gonna share the post. I'm not gonna share name and surnames, and then I'll see the comments under the video. Okay, so let's start from this post that I found very interesting. Okay, so my friend, let's start reading. If you like this channel, if you like my channel, it takes 2 seconds. Please put like and subscribe, help my channel to grow. Okay, let's start with this new type of video. Hello my friends. What are the top 5 things you wish you knew before you moved to Italy? Does it sound like an interesting question? Okay, so basically, which one are the things that people would have known happily before they moved to Italy, that they could have prepared themselves, you know? Anyway, let's start reading the comments, okay? So someone said, I wish we had stocked up on peanut butter, American mustard, more towel and face clothes, and a huge dose of patience for the Italian bureaucracy. Now, I'm not gonna enter in the things that, anyway, this person is missing. Okay, peanut butter, face clothes, whatever. But the Italian bureaucracy, I have to say, that is a jungle. So for everyone, for example, who wants to relocate to Italy, I would say put your soul in peace and be ready to have a lot of challenges. But anyway, then while we read, we'll see more and more reactions, let me say. Now, apart from this, we are living the dream. It is never winter here. I have to agree. I mean, there is winter, then it depends where. Maybe I guess they are in Sicily probably, and obviously in Sicily is even warmer than I am. Then it depends which part of Sicily. If you are in the inland, it could be, for example, colder than if you are on the coast. So it depends, Not all the places in Sicily are very warm during the winter. Anyway, it is never winter here. Then this person says, Canada is getting hammered with snow and I'm still walking around in a sweater. And that's true. Anyway, you might have a good day with 15, 16 degrees, like yesterday. Now it's lashing rain today here, for example, but it's not extremely cold. We haven't seen yet temperature going under 0, even if it could happen. It could happen. Now let's see what someone replied under this reply. Have you tried Fiorentini peanut butter? I don't know this brand. Or peanut butter from any site like Bulk or Prozis. So someone is saying you can easily buy online. Face clothes can be found at IKEA baby section. So easy peasy. But maybe in Sicily or where this person lives, there's no IKEA, so I struggled for years to find some, but anyway, this person happily found in IKEA. Peanut butter I ordered from Amazon, but settled for European. It is however runny and I keep in fridge, so I guess the Italian peanut butter might not be the same of the American. You know, many products are different from one nation to another. It's like when I eat a carbonara pasta abroad, it's not the same carbonara that you eat in Italy, for example. The carbonara for foreigners is something different that is carbonara for Italian people. Um, then it is however running. I did add a few teaspoons of sugar and stir it well. There is a brand at Conad that is decent. Conad is one retail shop in Italy that you can find nearly in every city in Italy. Then I find very good peanut butter here in Sicily. Okay, so she is from Sicily now, I guess. And so it's possible to find very good peanut butter. Making your own is super simple and more delicious. I totally agree. That's what I would do myself, to be honest. If I have to, a lot of things I would make myself. Amazon has American peanut butter. Was going to say this, just throw some peanuts in a high-powered blender and that's it. Then someone says, agree, I've been making my own for months. So much better than a lot of peanut butter from the grocery store here in Italy. I also prefer natural crunchy with no added sugar, so it works out doubly well. But you see, if you want to make your own, I guess it's quite easy. I often get the vacuum packs fizzy, I don't know, throw them in the food processor and coconut oil. If I can get the consistency to be creamier than a dense peanut paste. What are face clothes? Someone. Sorry, face clothes, I guess. Towels for the face. Anyway. Okay, so this was one comment. Then someone else saying, stocking up on vanilla extract. So this has to be a vanilla extract addicted. Because she didn't stock it up. Old Bay seasoning. Okay, someone who couldn't find seasonings in Italy. Intimate apparel. I don't even want to guess what it is. Intimate apparel. Many things you can find here but cost a lot. Okay, I may agree, for example, that some goods might cost more, for example, than I noticed that prices, for example, some things are higher here than abroad, or some things are cheaper. So these things you have to find out, you have to investigate once you're leaving, and so on. Let me see, I'm curious to see the 3 replies under this comment. My husband makes all his extract, so the vanilla extract, another someone. Then vanilla comes in powder there and works the same as extras. Well, I don't know how it compares to real vanilla, as I don't bake it with it, but the powdered vanilla works the same as artificial liquid vanilla in the US. When I live in Italy, I bake with all the time, relatively inexpensive. Yeah, we have some sachets in Italy that are different from what you can find abroad. So there are sachets in powder with vanilla flavor, and they're all used for baking. It's called Pane Angeli, the bread of the angels. It's a brand called Pane Angeli. I was just going to suggest that have had my mason jar full of vanilla extract. So it seems like vanilla extract is something very important. For about 10 years, just top off with bourbon or booze of choice and the occasional fresh vanilla bean pods. So good, so easy, much cheaper. That's not real vanilla extract, it's a chemical substitute that smells like vanilla. Yeah, they are referring, for example, to this sachet that I just talked about. But this is what Italian people use. We are not very familiar with vanilla pods, sticks or extract. We don't really do. Obviously, probably bakeries, where they do pastries, they probably use it. I mean, in the houses, local Italians, they are not really familiar with these vanilla sticks. I know it's not real. I said that in my comment that, okay, this is not important. Okay. Now, what else they say? under the post. I knew it, but wish we had taken the time to move to another EU country first and get a driving license before moving here, so that we wouldn't have to do it from scratch so quickly. I don't really get it, to be honest, this comment. So someone would have moved to another EU country to get the driving license, probably is an American, I don't know, moving here. So, but again, probably in any EU country you would have done it from scratch. I don't think it's possible to convert, or maybe as it's possible to convert an American, I'm not sure, maybe you know more than me, you can even tell me if it's possible to convert an American driving license into a European, into an EU. These didn't have any replies. Someone else said, I wish I had known how difficult the rental market was here. Now, this is something that many expats are having a problem with the rental market. And I agree, because in Italy it's not that easy and smooth as it is in other countries. I wish I understood exactly how different the culture is compared to mine. I wish I understood exactly how different the culture is compared to mine. Now, I don't know where this person is from, she's a woman, but the moment you are going to live in another country, you should always expect that there is another culture, and that culture, from one culture to another culture, there's always a big difference anyway. I wish I understood what bureaucratic procedures would have to do before and after arriving. That's really about it. Again, bureaucracy is something that everyone is struggling, because in many places you go, they might tell you one thing, then you go to another place and they might tell you another thing. So it's a bit, it's tricky, it's a jungle. I will call the Italian bureaucracy the jungle. I mean, you can't escape the jungle once you are in the Italian bureaucracy. I don't want to scare, because then things are happening. People are doing their things anyway, in a way or in another. I see me, for example, with my wife that is not an EU citizen, and anyway, things are not really going, there's no a real procedure in Italy. It depends who you meet, it depends how the things are going. If someone might be friendly to you, it might help you in a way. For example, when I went to Agenzia delle Entrate, to the tax office, the man got confident with me and he said, no, come here. And so we have done it, everything, you know, confidentially and privately, for my wife Codice Fiscale, for example. Now let me see the replies under this comment. Now, can I ask you what challenges you are facing with the rental market? I'm considering moving from Portugal to Italy and trying to wrap my head around it. I know the different platforms, so not about that. Anyway, people want to understand about the rental. Now, the problem with the rental is this, that in Italy we have very long-term contracts, and to have a very short rental contract is a bit more complicated than if you want a short rental contract. The landlords are worrying that if they do a short rental contract, someone at the end of the contract might stay in the house and stop paying. Italians are worrying a lot about, probably, I'm not saying it's a common practice, but it happened to many Italians landlords to not have the rent paid after a while. Maybe some families are facing difficulties, so I'd say this is something very tricky. Anyway, now this is my first video like this, about this format, about this topic. I have to improve, but I find it interesting anyway to read what are people expectations, to read people achievements. So if they are happy, if they are not happy, if they are unhappy. Now there is very little to choose from, and in the cities, yeah, there's very little amount of rentals. For example, here I'm saying that it's easy to find a rental accommodation if you're a tourist. But if you're coming here and you want to stay a long-term term rental, you might not find so many properties to rent, for example. It's a bit, obviously it's different if you go in big cities, like Turin, Milan, Rome, Naples. Over there you might find long-term rental. There is very little to choose from, and in the cities, lots of competition. It is more worthwhile for people to let their homes as an Airbnb than to rent long-term, particularly because the rental laws place the landlords essentially at the mercy of the tenant. And I totally agree. I totally agree. Now, if you're lucky, if you might be lucky, you might find someone who is constantly paying you without any issue. For example, personally, I have one tenant for the last 10 years. I never increased the rent. Can you imagine? Always the same for the last 10 years. I'm happy with that. So he's paying, I'm happy. So I'm not even pushing to increase. Also, if you are a family with children and perhaps a dog, it's hard to find places that are large enough. I agree with that. The villas are split up into tiny apartments. For example, this is also true. Then we converted an Airbnb into a year's lease, and we are about to write a contract for an additional year. So that's, for example, why what you might be able to do, to contact someone who has an Airbnb, for example, and to try to agree to make a year contract. That it will be possible if the landlord, for example, is happy with that return, with that income, everything goes smooth. So that could be actually a very good option. I'm glad that I found this type of comment, even though it is far above the normal market price. So it is far above the normal market price for a rental, and it has no yard for our kids to play in. Now, hard to find houses with yard in Italy because 90% of the people lives, 80% lives in apartments, and even in the towns you have typical townhouses who don't have gardens. So if you want a garden, you need to have a villa. That's it. Or you have to have a house out from the town, in the outskirts of the town. Alright, then because we simply can't find anywhere else suitable to live here, we thought we found another possibility, but the owners are in and out of the hospital and aren't able to go through rental processing right now, blah blah blah. Read more, I'm not gonna say more. Things are in demand, Italians know. And Italy, which many do not realize, is a G7 country. Good luck to you. I don't really get this comment. Things are in demand, Italians know. And Italy, which many do not realize, is a G7 country. So G7 means is a kind of strong economy to be part of the G7, countries who have GDPs and whatever, manufacturing, producing. Good luck to you. I don't really get it. Thanks a lot for taking the time to respond. Sounds a lot like the situation here in Lisbon with regards to Airbnb. So seems like Portugal or Spain or Greece are having the same kind of situation like Italy about properties and this short-term rental. Like Spain is having a huge problem. I was watching videos about Spanish in Barcelona complaining a lot about that they cannot find a place to rent. Yes, these Airbnb are a bit tricky, let me say. They are good if you are renting for a short term, but not good if you're looking for a long-term rental, which I always recommend. For example, if someone wants to relocate to Italy, I would always recommend first to rent something. To rent something, the best thing to do is to go to an agent, to an estate agency, and they also look after tenancies. And that's the best solution for me. If I'm an expat and I don't speak Italian, I won't go privately with, unless you're able to do without contract. You just pour money on the owner of the house. There is this possibility, okay? The owner of the house might be happy if you are in a very small town, for example, and everything is quiet and nobody's saying anything. Someone might rent, but you might need a contract then for your taxation. So, out of this topic, this might work for Italians, let me say, to do it without contract. It's a real shame, a terrible shame. The government shouldn't allow things to get to this state. I think it's referring to the Airbnb and short-term rental. Okay, let's go back to the 5 things missing, people are missing. Now, one comment, it's a bit funny here. It says, how to safely pronounce fig in Italian? Fico. Fico. Fig, fig, the figs, il fico. Un fico, il fico. Very, very easy. Fico. Fico also means handsome. If you want to say to someone, for example, F-I-C-O, fico. If you want to say to someone, hey, sei un fico. You're very handsome. It's a kind of slangish, okay? Oh, ma che fico. Or something is something like that you really like. Oh, ma che fico. It's amazing, like this type of che figo. I want to read the replies under this comment because nothing figa. Okay, figo means cool, figa, I cannot say what figa is, but F-I-G-A, it's a kind of another slangish word. Type it if you are interested, type in Google Translate, I think they're gonna translate. Figa. Che figo, che fico, figa, figo, figa. Oh, it's funny. Okay, that was my guess. Or penne. Penne, what's wrong with penne? Penne. You know, penne is the pasta shape, that we call it penne, but penne is also the plural for pen, okay? The pen that you are writing, the pens for writing, so we also call it penne. The pasta shape takes the name from the pens for writing. Or incorrectly assuming the verb to brush from the word for broom. Or incorrectly assuming, yeah, I would actually always say to brush instead of to broom. That's true. Anyway, someone says about the Italian language. Now, I wish I hadn't cancelled my US phone right away. We had problems with accounts, we couldn't get a code texted to us. That wasn't very smart, to be honest. If you're relocating, keep your number, keep the number from your nationality, always. I kept, for example, on this phone, I have a dual SIM card. I still hold my Irish SIM card. Even if I'm not living anymore in Ireland at the moment, I might always go back. I still have a job over there because I took the career break. I'm not planning because I'm a bit lazy, I don't really want to work that much anymore. So I'm in this mood that I'd rather live with less money than working hard just to make more money. At the moment I'm in standby. I decided, I took 2-3 years of standby. I don't want to save any money for the next 2-3 years. I'm out of savings. I'll make a video this Saturday probably. How do I live with 1,000 euro a month? Okay, I wish it's cancel. How to wish everybody safely happy New Year. Okay, I don't know why, but probably because the New Year celebration is so, there are plenty of fireworks and uh, sometimes even little bombs, explosions, these type of things. I mean, fireworks in Italy, they're a bit exaggerating. That's why they might say how to wish everybody safely, because if you go to Naples and to celebrate the New Year, it's gonna be like, could be dangerous. That's what I'm saying. All my foreign friends say they wish they had learned the language better before moving. I agree. For example, this one, I would read the comments under this comment, the replies to this comment, because anyway, how much important is to learn, how important is to learn a language. It will help you to deal with authorities like Comune, hospital registration. In other cases, while you learn, Google Translate will do the trick. Anyway, Google Translate is very helpful nowadays, or any app that translates. But obviously it can be helpful with the authorities. I totally agree with this comment. And to really get to know us as Italian. What does she mean here? And to really get to know us as Italians. I mean, if you're not Italian, that is also true. And I have to say, so far we have met some lovely locals that are helping with the language. Yes, in Italy this could be quite common to find someone who may help you. I mean, maybe with their times, maybe they're not very responding straight away, but if you understand, and if they have spare time, and if they're nice people, and again, there are nice people here who are always ready to help you. That's great. Okay. What else? Let me read. If you don't want to convert US recipes to grams, take measuring cups and spoons. I don't know, okay, yeah, because obviously there is, in Italy we use grams. Okay, lack of work for foreigners and women 50 plus. Low wages for all and no annual increases. This is a huge topic. I think since the last 20 years the salaries in Italy is the only country where the salaries decreased instead of increasing, I'd say so. Insular mentality, don't know what you refer, menu much sound throughout the region, little food diversity, hard to find ingredients to make your own, otherwise beautiful. I don't know. As an Italian, I unfortunately agree with everything, but little food diversity and unavailability of ingredients, seriously, I mean, that's true. I mean, here you have a big variety. I have to say that maybe several years ago we had even higher varieties of goods, but anyway, the cuisine, the Italian cuisine, it changes from town to town, from region to region, from center, north and south. We have the variety of food. It's so huge that I won't complain. Okay, so basically this was from this comment. What are the top 5 things you wish you knew before you moved? Anyway, that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoy. Now I set up the camera like this. I see a bit of shadow, not very bright today. Anyway, my friends, I'll see you to my next video on Italy, a place to love. Bye!